And I knew that I have never taken drugs, so I didn't let that bother me what people said. I knew that it was a thing that was in the news, and people were looking for things to point fingers at athletes, and I just tried not to take it personal.
Legend or cheater? Everyone has their own take on Florence Griffith-Joyner. What's undeniable is that Flo-Jo was an unparalleled force in track and field. She set world and Olympic records for the 200 meters and the world record for the 100 meters, marks that still stand today. Her impact went beyond just running. She set fashion trends that athletes still embrace. Despite her extraordinary success, Griffith-Joyner faced numerous challenges throughout her career. Her untimely death at 38 shocked and saddened fans around the globe. The controversy surrounding her drug use only grew more intense in the wake of her passing. Join us as we delve into the complexities of her life and career and uncover the heartbreaking details revealed in Florence Griffith-Joyner's autopsy report. Before we uncover all that, let's take a moment to explore the early events that shaped her and influenced the decisions Flo-Jo made throughout her life. Florence Dolores Griffith, affectionately known as DD to those close to her, was born on December 21, 1959, in Los Angeles as the seventh of 11 children. Her mother, Florence, worked diligently as a seamstress, while her father, Robert, was an electrician. When Dee was just 6 years old, her parents' divorce turned their world upside down. The family moved to the Jordan Downs housing project in the Rough Watts neighborhood of L.A. Despite the hardships, Dee's resilient spirit shone through. Raised primarily by her mother, Dee discovered her love for sprinting at a young age. At just 7, she was already racing jackrabbits in the California desert during visits to her father. But athletics was just one side of her vibrant personality. Fashion was equally important to her. Dee often joked that in order to join her brothers outside for play, she had to ensure her hair and outfit were impeccable. For Griffith-Joyner, blending style with athleticism was second nature. Looking good and playing hard could go hand in hand. Growing up in a bustling household with many siblings, Dee received an early lesson in competitiveness. Playing with her brothers was no easy task. They were tough and unyielding, and showing any sign of weakness, like crying, meant being benched and excluded from their games. In this environment, Dee quickly learned that toughness and resilience were crucial. Fashion was another battleground. Determined not to blend in with the boys, she began experimenting with sewing her own clothes at just 7 years old, crafting outfits that set her apart. Dee's talents extended well beyond her flair for style. She joined the Sugar Ray Robinson Youth Foundation, where she dabbled in a variety of sports, including basketball, volleyball, football, and, most importantly, track. Her natural athletic prowess quickly became evident. At just 14 and 15, she won the Jesse Owens National Youth Games 2 years in a row. At Jordan High School in L.A., Dee continued to shine, setting records in the long jump and sprinting events. Her unique fashion sense was always a part of her performance, even influencing her relay team. Flo-Jo famously persuaded her teammates to wear long tights with their track uniforms. Although she was not yet a household name, Dee's 6th-place finish at the CIF state meet in her senior year captured the attention of a key figure in her future success, Cal State Northridge coach Bob Keary. In 1978, Griffith-Joyner graduated from high school and briefly attended Cal State Northridge, where she thrived under Coach Bob Keary's guidance in his national title-winning track program. Her time there marked the beginning of her journey to greatness. However, despite her burgeoning success on the track, financial difficulties forced her to leave college before completing her degree. In the wake of these challenges, Dee took a job as a bank teller in 1979 to support her family, putting her Olympic aspirations on hold. The following year, Coach Keary, who had moved to an assistant coaching role at UCLA, played a crucial role in helping Griffith-Joyner secure the financial aid she needed to continue her training. At just 20 years old, she came close to making her first Olympic team, finishing fourth in the 200-meter final at the U.S. Olympic trials. Unfortunately, the U.S. boycott of the 1980 Olympics delayed her opportunity to compete on the world stage. The trials, despite their setbacks, did bring a significant positive turn in Griffith-Joyner's life. It was at these trials that she met her future husband, Al Joyner, a triple jumper who would later achieve Olympic gold in 1984. During her time at UCLA, Griffith-Joyner trained alongside Al's sister, Jackie Joyner-Sy, who was on her way to becoming one of the most decorated athletes in track and field history. Jackie's remarkable career included setting a world record in the heptathlon, a feat that still stands today. The Joyner-Sy family thus became one of the most iconic sporting dynasties in U.S. history, and Griffith-Joyner was in the heart of it. While Al competed for Arkansas State and observed Griffith-Joyner from a distance, she was busy perfecting her craft. By 1982, her dedication paid off as she won the NCAA title in the 200 meters with an impressive time of 22.39 seconds. She continued to shine the following year, claiming the 400-meter title with a time of 50.94 seconds. Under her influence, UCLA achieved back-to-back national team titles. In addition to her athletic achievements, Griffith-Joyner earned a degree in psychology, showcasing her versatility and commitment to her education. Her performance at the 1983 World Championships, where she finished fourth in the 200 meters. In 1984, Florence Griffith-Joyner, known affectionately as Flo-Jo, made a stunning debut at the Los Angeles Olympics. The hometown crowd erupted as she secured a silver medal in the 200 meters, marking the beginning of her ascent as a celebrated Olympic athlete. Despite the acclaim, the world of track and field was far less professionalized at the time, and financial support for athletes like Griffith-Joyner was scarce. This lack of funding forced her into a semi-retirement period. During this time, Flo-Jo had to balance her athletic aspirations with more practical concerns. She took up work as a bank teller to support herself and her family. Outside of her banking job, she channeled her creativity into another passion, braiding hair and doing elaborate nail art for friends. Her artistry earned her between $45 and $200 per session, and she often worked late into the night to meet the demands of her clients. By 1987, the allure of the track proved irresistible, and Griffith-Joyner made a determined comeback. Her return to serious training was met with success when she captured a silver medal in the 200 meters at the World Championships in Rome. This achievement reaffirmed her prowess, as she was ranked second in the world for the 200 meters. Although she also competed in the 100 meters, where she ranked 7th in the U.S., it was evident that the 200 meters was her stronger event. As Florence Griffith-Joyner's career began to heat up, so did her personal life. On July 17, 1987, Al Joyner proposed, and the couple eagerly planned their wedding for the following year. However, their plans were abruptly altered by a significant event. On October 1, 1987, a powerful earthquake struck Los Angeles, leaving Flo-Jo shaken and fearful of not fulfilling her dream of marriage before potentially facing an uncertain future. Motivated by this newfound urgency, the couple quickly changed their plans. They drove to Las Vegas and married on October 10, 1987, cementing Flo-Jo's place as a member of the first family of track and field, alongside her husband and his sister, the legendary Jackie Joyner-Kersee. As Flo-Jo prepared for the 1988 U.S. Olympic trials, she juggled training under two different coaches. Her husband, Al Joyner, guided her 3 days a week, while her brother-in-law, Bob Keary, worked with her twice a week. Despite her diligent efforts, her progress was steady but not groundbreaking. In 1987, she achieved a personal best of 10.96 seconds in the 100 meters at the Cologne Grand Prix, a time that, while impressive, placed her outside the top 40 all-time performances. By June 1988, she had improved her time to 10.89 seconds in San Diego. However, she was still behind Evelyn Ashford, the American record holder. A final tune-up race just a week before the trials saw her finish with a time of 10.99 seconds, strong. But it did not yet suggest the remarkable performances that were soon to come. The U.S. Olympic trials of 1988 became a defining moment in track and field history, as Florence Griffith-Joyner delivered an electrifying performance that would go down in legend. In her quarterfinal race, she stunned the world with a 100-meter dash time of 10.49 seconds, shattering the previous world record held by Evelyn Ashford by an astounding 0.27 seconds. This unprecedented margin of victory marked the largest ever break of the 100-meter world record. But Flo-Jo's extraordinary feats didn't stop there. Throughout the trials, she recorded the 3 fastest times ever in the 100 meters, her 10.49-second sprint in the quarterfinals, a 10.70-second run in the semifinals, and a 10.61-second finish in the final. To add to her impressive display, Griffith-Joyner also set a new American record in the 200 meters with a time of 21.77 seconds. By the end of these 2 intense days, Flo-Jo had not only redefined the boundaries of women's sprinting, but had also set herself up as the undisputed star for the upcoming 1988 Olympics. Florence Griffith-Joyner's astounding 10.49-second 100-meter world record, set during the 1988 U.S. Olympic trials, stands as the most significant improvement in the history of the world record since the advent of electronic timing. Despite its monumental achievement, the legitimacy of this record has been marred by controversy. On that day, the wind gauge recorded a reading of 0.0 meters per second, an unusually calm figure given the visibly strong winds. This discrepancy raised suspicions, particularly because wind speeds were significantly higher in other sprint events and on the nearby long jump runway. Subsequent scientific investigations, commissioned by the International Association of Athletics Federations, IAF, and independent bodies, suggested that there was likely an illegal tailwind of 5 to 7 meters per second during Griffith-Joyner's record-setting run. Although the IAAF has not officially annulled the record, the International Athletics Annual has noted it as probably strongly wind-assisted, while still maintaining it as the official world record. In contrast, Griffith-Joyner's 10.61-second sprint in the final the next day, run under fair conditions with no wind interference, remains one of the fastest legitimate times ever recorded. This mark held its place in history until the 2020 Olympics, when Jamaica's Elaine Thompson-Herah equaled it in the 100-meter final. Just a month later, Thompson-Herah surpassed it, clocking 10.54 seconds at the Eugene Diamond League meet, setting the second fastest time in women's 100-meter history, just behind Flo-Jo's legendary mark. In late July 1988, shortly after her groundbreaking performance at the Olympic trials, Florence Griffith-Joyner made a pivotal decision to part ways with her coach, Bob Keary. Seeking more individualized attention in her training, she was also motivated by her frustration over the scarcity of sponsorships and endorsement deals. Keary, who not only coached but also managed his athletes, required them to use his management services. This arrangement left Flo-Jo feeling constrained and eager for greater freedom. To address these concerns, Griffith-Joyner signed with personal manager Gordon Baskin, which necessitated a change in coaching staff. Consequently, she left UCLA and relocated her training to UC Irvine. Her husband, Al Joyner, took on the role of her full-time coach. By this time, Florence had become widely known as Flo-Jo, and she entered the 1988 Summer Olympics as the overwhelming favorite in the sprint events. Florence Griffith-Joyner lived up to her reputation in spectacular fashion at the 1988 Seoul Olympics. In the 100-meter final, she delivered a blistering performance, crossing the finish line in just 10.54 seconds. This stunning run not only secured her victory, but also left Evelyn Ashford, the previous world record holder, trailing by a significant 0.3 seconds. Flo-Jo's brilliance didn't end there. In the 200 meters, she first set a world record of 21.56 seconds in the semifinal, only to shatter her own mark in the final with an incredible 21.34 seconds. This remarkable time remains the world record to this day. But Flo-Jo's achievements extended beyond her individual races. She played a crucial role in the 4x100-meter relay, helping the U.S. team claim gold, and secured a silver medal in the 4x400-meter relay, marking her debut in that event at an international competition. By the end of the 1988 Olympics, Griffith-Joyner had amassed 4 medals, 3 gold and 1 silver. This made her the second most decorated female track and field athlete in history at that time, surpassed only by Fanny Blankers-Koen, who had won 4 gold medals in 1948. In a surprising move in February 1989, at the zenith of her fame, Griffith-Joyner announced her retirement from competitive racing. She cited her desire to explore new business ventures outside of athletics as her reason for stepping away. Just a month after leaving the track, Flo-Jo was honored with the prestigious James E. Sullivan Award, recognizing her as the top amateur athlete in the United States in 1988. This accolade further cemented her legacy as not only a trailblazing sprinter, but also one of the greatest athletes in American history. Following her historic performance at the 1988 Seoul Olympics, where she won 3 gold medals and 1 silver while setting world records in both the 100 meters and 200 meters, Florence Griffith-Joyner became an international sensation. Her Olympic success catapulted her into the global spotlight, and the weeks after her victory saw her capitalizing on her newfound fame with a flurry of lucrative endorsement deals. Japan, in particular, became a hotspot for her endorsements, where her popularity soared, translating into millions of dollars and solidifying her status as a marketable icon in sports. Flo-Jo's influence extended well beyond the track. She ventured into the toy industry, partnering with LJN Toys to create a Barbie-like doll that embodied her distinctive style. The doll featured her signature long, colorful nails and her iconic one-legged running suit. Her creativity also shone in the world of sports beyond athletics. In 1989, Griffith-Joyner showcased her artistic talent by designing the basketball uniforms for the Indiana Pacers. On November 13, 1990, Griffith-Joyner welcomed her only child, Mary. Young Mary quickly embraced her mother's creative spirit, excelling in gymnastics and showing remarkable talent in singing. Florence Griffith-Joyner also dipped her toes into the entertainment world. She made guest appearances on popular television shows, including a memorable role as herself in an episode of the sitcom 227. In 1992, Florence Griffith-Joyner made a memorable foray into acting, portraying Terry Holloway on the soap opera Santa Barbara. The character bore a striking resemblance to the renowned photographer Annie Leibovitz, adding an intriguing layer to her diverse career. Beyond her business and entertainment pursuits, Flo-Jo made significant contributions to public health and fitness. From 1993 to 1998, she served as co-chair of the President's Council on Physical Fitness, where she worked tirelessly to promote physical activity and healthy living across the United States. In 1996, during an appearance on Charlie Rose, Griffith-Joyner revealed her ambitious plans to return to competitive athletics, focusing on the 400-meter run. With world records already secured in the 100 and 200 meters, Flo-Jo aimed to add the 400-meter world record to her impressive list of achievements. She dedicated herself to rigorous training in preparation for the U.S. Olympic trials set for June. However, her comeback dreams were dashed when she was sidelined by tendinitis in her right leg. This setback ended her quest to become a triple world record holder. Flo-Jo transformed the world of athletics, setting records on the track that remain unparalleled to this day and redefining what it means to be a female athlete. As the fastest woman on the planet, her remarkable speed was only part of her allure. What truly set her apart was her unique style and undeniable presence. Flo-Jo brought an unprecedented level of glamour to the track. Her iconic look included 6.5-inch acrylic nails, flowing hair, and a full face of makeup, elements that defied the typical athletic aesthetic. She also designed her own race kits, which featured striking asymmetrical one-legged bodysuits adorned with lace and vibrant, color-blocked bikini bottoms. Her influence extended beyond her sartorial choices. Flo-Jo's motto, "Dress good to look good to feel good, and feel good to run fast," perfectly captured her philosophy. Her approach to style was more than just a visual statement. It was a reflection of her belief that confidence and self-expression contributed to her athletic performance. From her meticulously manicured nails to the playful manipulation of her uniform's fabric, Flo-Jo's fashion sense made her a standout figure in sports. In her partnership with Adidas, Flo-Jo masterfully blended fashion with athletics, demonstrating how these two worlds could harmoniously coexist. At the 1988 Olympic trials in Indianapolis, she made a striking impression with her choice of attire, which showcased her flair for merging elegance with sport. Her bodysuit, adorned with sheer lace detailing along the torso and legs, introduced a touch of femininity into the traditionally utilitarian realm of track and field. Flo-Jo was not just a record breaker, she was a trailblazer who redefined athletic fashion. Her innovative designs paved the way for future generations of athletes to express themselves creatively, both on and off the track. One of her most memorable creations was the one-legger, an asymmetrical tracksuit that featured a bold, single-leg design. This iconic outfit, often styled in vibrant, eye-catching colors, became emblematic of her distinctive style. Her fashion sense extended to her nails, which became a signature part of her look. Flo-Jo's acrylic nails were often intricately designed, adorned with vibrant colors and embellishments that caught the eye. Ranging from 4 to 6 inches in length, these stunning nails added another layer of individuality to her athletic persona. A prime example of Florence Griffith-Joyner's enduring influence on sports and fashion came during the 2021 Australian Open, where tennis legend Serena Williams paid homage to Flo-Jo's iconic style. In collaboration with Nike, Williams unveiled a striking asymmetrical bodysuit in bold black, red, and pink, echoing the signature one-legger designs that Flo-Jo popularized in the 1980s. Track sensation Sha'Carri Richardson, a standout at the 2024 Paris Olympics, also embodies Flo-Jo's legacy with her vibrant, unapologetic flair. Known for her elaborately decorated long nails and bold, ever-changing hair, Richardson carries on the tradition of using personal style as a form of self-expression. Her dazzling presence on the track is a clear tribute to Flo-Jo's trailblazing influence. Richardson further cemented this connection when she captured the silver medal in the 100-meter race at the 2024 Olympics, bringing Flo-Jo's spirit into the modern era and proving that her impact on both sports and fashion remains as powerful as ever. However, her journey was not without controversy. Following her record-shattering performances at the 1988 U.S. Olympic trials, Florence Griffith-Joyner found herself at the center of intense scrutiny and suspicion. Her astonishing leap in performance, which saw her slash her 100-meter sprint time from 10.96 seconds to a world record 10.49 seconds, and her 200-meter time from 21.96 seconds to an unprecedented 21.34 seconds, sparked allegations of doping. As Griffith-Joyner arrived at the Olympic Games in Seoul, whispers of doubt grew louder. Prominent athletes like Haim Cruz and Ben Johnson openly questioned the legitimacy of her rapid improvement. The sheer scale of her time reductions in such a short span coupled with a new and intensive training regimen under her husband and coach, Al Joyner, only fueled the fire. The couple's shift to a focus on lower body strength exercises, such as squats and lunges, was seen as an unconventional approach that some believed might contribute to her remarkable performances. The controversy deepened when a 1989 story emerged involving Darryl Robinson, a former teammate. Robinson alleged that he sold Griffith-Joyner 10 milliliters of growth hormone for $2,000 in 1988, recounting a conversation where Griffith-Joyner supposedly said, "If you want to make $1 million, you've got to invest some thousands." Robinson also claimed to have received steroids from Coach Bob Keary and alleged that he had seen Carl Lewis inject himself with what he believed to be testosterone. These accusations intensified the ongoing debate over performance-enhancing drugs in athletics and cast a shadow over Griffith-Joyner's achievements. Despite these allegations, no conclusive evidence of doping was ever proven against Griffith-Joyner, and the IAAF never annulled her world records. Robinson, who claimed to have sold Griffith-Joyner growth hormone and to have witnessed steroid use among other athletes, faced significant backlash from the athletics community. His accusations, lacking any supporting evidence, led to his ostracism and contributed to the early end of his career. After the 1988 Olympics, Griffith-Joyner retired from competitive track and field just before the introduction of mandatory random drug testing in 1989. Throughout her career, she was subject to numerous drug tests during competitions and passed each one without incident. Prince Alexander de Merode, then chair of the International Olympic Committee's Medical Commission, later disclosed that Griffith-Joyner underwent exceptionally rigorous drug testing during the Seoul Olympics. In an interview with the New York Times, Prince Alexander emphasized that despite the intense scrutiny and the swirling rumors of steroid use, no banned substances were detected in Griffith-Joyner's tests. He reassured that the analysis conducted was thorough, stating, "We performed all possible and imaginable analyses on her. We never found anything. There should not be the slightest suspicion." Following the establishment of the World Anti-Doping Agency, WADA, in the 1990s, responsibility for drug testing was transferred from the IOC to this new agency. The untimely death of Florence Griffith-Joyner on September 21, 1998, at the age of 38, shocked the world and left a profound sense of loss. Florence Griffith-Joyner passed away unexpectedly in her sleep at her home in Mission Viejo, California, a sudden end to a life marked by extraordinary achievements in athletics. Despite her commitment to a healthy lifestyle and rigorous exercise regimen, conspiracy theories quickly emerged regarding the cause of her death, suggesting potential foul play or unnatural causes. To dispel these rumors and determine the true cause of her passing, an autopsy was performed by the Orange County Coroner's Office. The toxicology report provided clear answers. Joyner's system contained only acetaminophen, known commonly as Tylenol, and an allergy medication called Benadryl. Neither substance was found to contribute to her death. The autopsy revealed that the cause of Joyner's death was a congenital brain condition known as cavernous angioma. This rare condition involves abnormal blood vessel growth, leading to blood pooling in areas where it normally shouldn't, particularly within the brain and spinal tissue. For Joyner, this led to a seizure that caused her to asphyxiate while she slept. Cavernous angioma can often be detected through CAT scans today, and there is no known connection between this condition and the use of performance-enhancing drugs, including steroids or human growth hormone, HGH. It remains unclear whether Joyner was aware of her condition before her death. When the cause of death was officially announced, the Orange County coroner explained, "In layman's terms, she suffocated." This statement was echoed by then International Amateur Athletic Federation, AAF, President Primo Nebbiolo, who remarked, "This report ensures that Florence Griffith-Joyner will be able to rest in peace." Florence Griffith-Joyner's autopsy concluded that her death was due to seizure-induced asphyxiation, a tragic consequence of a congenital brain condition known as cavernous angioma. This rare condition involves abnormal blood vessel growth in the brain and spinal tissue, leading to seizures that can cause suffocation. Despite this clear finding, some details in her autopsy report did not entirely dispel ongoing suspicions about possible performance-enhancing drug use, according to The Guardian. One such detail was the presence of an enlarged heart, among other oversized organs noted in the post-mortem report. This condition is sometimes associated with acromegaly, a disorder caused by prolonged use of human growth hormone, HGH. Acromegaly leads to enlarged facial features and internal organs and can cause abnormal bone growth, particularly in the hands and feet. While the report's findings regarding Joyner's enlarged organs could suggest a possible link to HGH use, there was no direct evidence to support this, leaving the connection inconclusive. Cavernous angioma itself is a relatively rare condition, affecting approximately 0.4% to 0.5% of the population, and it often goes unnoticed because its symptoms can be subtle, such as headaches or occasional seizures. In Joyner's case, the condition led to the fatal seizure that was ultimately determined to be the cause of her death. These findings reaffirmed that Joyner's death was unrelated to drug use, addressing lingering doubts and allowing her legacy to be remembered for her remarkable athletic achievements rather than unfounded allegations. Her husband, Al Joyner, underscored her dedication to clean sport, emphasizing that Griffith-Joyner had passed every drug test throughout her career. Florence Griffith-Joyner's passing left an indelible mark on both the world of athletics and popular culture, with her legacy enduring through her extraordinary achievements and the controversies that followed her remarkable career. Florence Griffith-Joyner, popularly known as Flo-Jo, left an indelible mark on both athletics and popular culture, despite her life being tragically cut short at just 38 years old. Her legacy endures as a beacon of inspiration and achievement that captivates people around the globe. Griffith-Joyner's athletic feats were nothing short of extraordinary. She set world records in the 100 meters and 200 meters that have yet to be surpassed, cementing her place in the annals of track and field history. Her striking style, characterized by her long, meticulously decorated fingernails and flamboyant running outfits, drew worldwide attention and brought a new level of glamour to women's athletics. This unique blend of athletic prowess and style helped elevate women's track and field to unprecedented heights. In recognition of her monumental contributions to the sport, Griffith-Joyner was honored with induction into the USA Track and Field Hall of Fame in 1995. Her impact on her community was also commemorated when the 102nd Street School in Los Angeles was renamed Florence Griffith-Joyner Elementary School, reflecting her deep roots in the area. Additionally, a park in Mission Viejo was dedicated to her memory, further celebrating her legacy. Beyond her achievements on the track, Griffith-Joyner was also a talented artist and painter. Her work was featured in the Art of the Olympians AOT collection, showcasing her creative abilities beyond athletics. In 2020, Time magazine recognized her as Woman of the Year for 1988, acknowledging her as one of the most significant women of the past century. Her family has worked diligently to ensure that her extraordinary legacy continues to shine. Her daughter, Mary, initially pursued track and later ventured into music, appearing on America's Got Talent in 2012. Mary also co-wrote and produced Flo-Jo, A Daughter's Love, a documentary about her mother released in 2023, and launched Flo-Jo Forever, a business dedicated to honoring her mother's enduring legacy. Mary further contributes to her community as a gymnastics instructor, maintaining the spirit of excellence her mother exemplified. Despite the controversies and allegations that occasionally surrounded her career, Griffith-Joyner's legacy remains largely untarnished. She continues to be celebrated as a symbol of excellence and inspiration, embodying the American dream and leaving a lasting impact on both sports and popular culture. Her records and achievements stand as a testament to her exceptional talent and the profound influence she had on the world. What are your thoughts on the lasting legacy of Flo-Jo and the challenges she faced throughout her career? Share your comments below. And if you enjoyed this detailed exploration of Florence Griffith-Joyner's life and legacy, don't forget to like and subscribe for more content about the tragic life and end of this iconic athlete.